Oh, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where we continue with the murder on Eridanos. Let's see where we have stopped. Right, Wildlife Exploitation Reserve, where we have met lovely Cyrus. Who is living together with... he has a very distinct body. Right, Caliban over here. This is a monstrous primal, yes. Resists domestication, and yet he is clearly domesticated, so that is that. Think whatever you want about that. For obvious reasons, quite a lot of stuff is property of Cyrus. Did I read that one? About Olympus Opal. I think we did read this. Let's see about the hunters. They should not be too far. Although the road to them goes through the Mantisaurs, which is not very cool. I stumbled upon a number of them last episode, and it was just embarrassing. Let's see if I can fare better this time. So if we go this way, we come along to this cabin. Okay, and if we follow the river, we should reach the hunters.
I'm getting the sissy sweats. It's really starting to stink up my armor.
Well, that's because you ate a whole pack of sissy bits and slept in your suit. What'd you expect?
You know I don't like the cold, and it's not my fault they made this get-up so snug.
Either you scrub off in that stream right now, or I'll mark you down for a hygiene violation.
Now, for our negotiations, let me put on my nice hat and have a chat.
You don't look like one of my hunters. What are you doing here?
Attack. Cyrus Walgreen sends his regards. No, thank you. Are you perhaps hunting one Cyrus Walgreen?
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. What's your business with him? Or with me?
Your agents looking for him are dead. You better leave before the same happens to you.
A threat? Seems you've forgotten you're outnumbered. Safety's off, everyone. Seems our prey has wandered to us.
That didn't went as planned. And here I was trying to be civil.
Here they come! Open! Get up!
I got immediately dead. Just immediately. Ouch.
You don't...
Let's try this again. He sent me to kill you. Give me a reason why I shouldn't.
Certainly. I pay better.
Go on.
Your employer is an ex-Rizzo's employee who defected to Slug. He's currently in possession of a land grant that is rightfully ours. You cross him off and grab us that land grant, I'll see you rewarded. Handsomely.
Works for me.
Excellent. I'm glad we could reach an agreement.
Nice and easy.
Better take a look. I'm jumping at shadows.
Maybe I'm getting paranoid. Mine's playing tricks on me.
I need a better position.
All right. So what was that,
Jumping in
right?
shadows here.
Jumping at shadows. Mine's playing tricks on me.
Mine's playing tricks on me.
They go.
I'm jumping
And the last one. And that would require me to return to an old man. Yes, so I mean, yeah, the guy has defected. Yeah, he stole your property. So legally he is to blame. But do I want to face a 20k health point proverbial silverback gorilla, or just half a dozen hunters? It's so much easier to deal with half a dozen people, especially if they ignore that their numbers are decreasing. Now, Mr. Clyde. Cyrus, sorry.
Back, I see. You come bringing good news?
Well, first you lied to me. Let's just say I showed your enemies exactly how much I resent hunting.
Ah! Oh, me almighty, you know how to bolster an old man's spirits. Oh, thank you kindly, stranger. Oh, you're right, Cal. How could I forget? Oh, here's a reward for your trouble.
Be seeing you. The pen. I'm also over encumbered now. Right? Right. Oh. The pen is mightier than the sword, especially this one. It's a notary's best friend. The flechette gun fires more quickly but to a lesser maximum distance than a regular one. Yeah. Is it finally time to get rid of something? But I need all of it. Oh yeah, maybe I can drop some of my modifications. Yep, that will do. Now I'm no longer over encumbered. Maybe I can actually go back to the unreliable and to just store my stuff. And then we can get to the abandoned Rizzo's bunker. I think we will exactly do that right now, you know? Because I am carrying an exorbitant amount of stuff. I also need to sort it out, so let's see. So I think I gave a tremor cleaver hyper to Nyoka maybe? And it has power grip, but I also need to put Mr. Ouch there. Do I have one? No. So let's go and search for that one. Mr. Ouch. This and this and this makes this thing as needed. And now I can break down. Maybe I will break down later. Okay, you convinced me. Now, one of my companions is having telescopic stuff, and I think it's Max. Yes, but you have just a normal one. How about you take this one? Much greater damage. Maybe Ellie has an officer's spine. You have gold. I would like to have you titanium. But we need to put speed grip and Mr. Ouch. This one, do I have a speed grip? No. Do I have Mr. Ouch? Of course not. Speed grip and Mr. Ouch coming right up. Yeah, it's nice that the weapons by default have modifications that are pretty widespread. I can really appreciate it. I think we are rocking actually pretty nice things. Now, I really need to store all the special weapons that I have. And then I need to break down the other stuff. But out of that things, I really don't use hats, to be honest. I definitely need to store all of that. I don't need any of this. Like, out of my stuff that I wear, definitely like hats take the least amount of space. So I can break down now the usual stuff that I have. I do have light assault rifle, and I'm not sure why do I have it. Does any one of my companions rock an assault rifle? I don't think so. So we will yeet it. What the hell is that thing? Is this from Captain Burbage? Adrena time, okay. Purple puzzle has a certification of completion, okay, that is also nice. Watercolor painting, yes. Okay, let's think, because I also have a lot of these things. It's definitely better than Stun Baton Ultra. Attacks with this weapon have a chance to magnetize its targets. After a short delay, other enemies are pulled to the target. The chance for this to occur increases with the wielder's science skill. I think I will use this thing if I ever need a shock weapon against the bots. Interesting that the gloop gun damage is also considered to be an electrical one. I really don't know if I want to carry around all the other stuff, because for example the prismatic hammer and the special delivery, they give me 10 units of weight just out of nowhere. Yeah, and the gloop gun is another 10. Go to the storage, as well as you and you. The mandibular rearranger is just has a pathetic damage, so no. So yeah, this one might be interesting. This one is for companions. This is my shock stick. I mean, these two, I really don't know why I carry them around, but they also don't take a lot of weight. So, okay, I guess. Oh yeah, these three can also go away. Did this thing weigh anything? Probably not. Now, I might also want, since I'm here, to repair. I need just 20 to repair everything. Yeah, sure. And I cannot, like my tinkering is not capped yet, right? My science is not 100, if I remember correctly. Yes, it's 87. So I might consider tinkering with stuff, but we will probably do that later. Now, if I'm going to the Prophet of Profitability, who do I want to take with me? I expect this to be a kind of a con person, right? So I'm either thinking that I either need to take someone gullible to laugh at this person, like Felix, or someone sarcastic, like Aliyah or Nyoka. Ellie and Nyoka, what kind of skills do you give me? You give me you give me lie. Yeah, Nyoka gives double lie. And Felix gives double persuade. Yeah, it's gonna be Felix and Yoko then. And with that, we can move to the profit. Now I'm no longer concerned about being over encumbered. And we can proceed with our investigation. But let's be honest, I'm now convinced that it is Administrator Ludovica who is behind the murder, and he used verbiage for that. Don't know why, don't know exactly how, but well, I don't know mostly why, because he was supposed to present a certain product, so why would he not? So yeah, I certainly have some questions.
If this is a cult, who am I kidding? It's a cult. Hold your judgment until you meet them. Some of my best friends were from Graham's camp.
I'm going to absolutely murder the next quarterly report.
Tactical shotgun, mag to power, some of that stuff, some of that stuff. No discrepancies.
The Prophet's treatments are intense. I nearly collapsed during the last session.
Whatever you say, Bob. No discrepancies in the rooms. That is, yeah. Anticlimactic at least. But it is funny that in the rooms of the disciples of the Prophet of Profitability, they just leave money around. Well, maybe they have so much profit and so much money that they can now allow themselves such a reckless behavior. One can only guess, right? And these ones are up for the taking. Why? I'll come back to that. That over there is a relatively rare modification, if I know anything in modifications. I'm also thinking that for the robots I can also have another hunting rifle, right? Just put instead of mag to power, mag to zap. Ah, this is just a ruined storage room. That is sad. Storage rooms are supposed to be organized. Welcome. If you are in search of a seminar, please speak to the Prophet of Profitability directly. The messages on this terminal are private. Should you read them, your humors may be thrown off balance. Is your curiosity worth the loss of profits? Yes. From Ruth Bellamy. Prophet, I've talked with my agents and they've told me that what I said about your seminars regarding not taking them actually lost you about 30% of your revenue for the next 3 months with future losses projected. When I said I wasn't much interested in attending, I didn't really realize that it had hit you quite as hard as it did. Yes, that's the price of stardom. Everyone listens a little extra to everything you said. I'm hoping, if you've got space, that I might be able to attend one of your sessions today as a means of apologizing. I know that notice is short, but I'm hoping you can fit me in without too much inconvenience. From Lee Whitaker. Hey Prophet, Whitaker here. Wanted to ask how that mix of herbs I sent you has worked out. I was skeptical at first about using them for meditation purposes, but hell, what do I know about productivity? That said, be sure to remember what I told you. Don't cut the herbs asymmetrically, hampers the texture, don't leave them out in the sun, and for the law's sake make sure you keep the smoke doses small. The last thing you want is to accidentally send somebody into a coma or worse kill them. Be smart. Profit. The other attendees of Tripling Profits through Transcendentalism and I have reconvened and we're all in agreement your seminars are simply top-notch. We've seen a 0.5% increase in each of our businesses in total profits since we attended your seminars together. Of course, with the price of materials, shipping, and other costs involved, it boils down to more of a 0.1% increase, but an increase is an increase. If you ever decide to visit the Grand Colonial, you simply must let us purchase you a round of drinks. Thanks to you, we certainly have the bits for it. These guys need to read about statistical errors, because that certainly reminds one of them. You alright?
She said I must burn away the old me in order to be transformed. I can feel myself burning already.
Okay. Well, that's the best way to burn yourself, I guess.
Hello, welcome to the Prophet of Profitability's private prosperity retreat. Stay positive, and soon all your humors will be balanced. Least, that's what I keep telling myself. Anyway, I'm Aliyah Mason. I work as the Prophet's right-hand woman. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about the retreat?
If you felt imbalanced and unproductive, linger in your malaise no longer. We have all the amenities and practices for calming the ill humors strangling your potential. Sit for hours in our sweat house and sweat them out, or stand amidst burning coals and feel your productive inhibitions burn away. And remember, think positive. Positivity equals productivity equals profitability.
Do you know the Prophet well?
Of course, I've been studying under her for years. I know each of her techniques more or less by heart, and even have some variations of my own, such as the quintuple daily stomach purges. She's promised me that I'd be allowed to open my own branch of the retreat someday soon.
Oh my.
Of course, I've been waiting on someday soon for coming up on 4 years now. I'm sure it's gonna happen anytime now.
Absolutely. For a positivity disciple, you sound a little less than enthused.
Oh, terribly sorry if I gave you that impression. I had a cramp. It's better now. I mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the Prophet appreciated all the cooking and cleaning and hours of meditation I do on a daily basis. But whatever she thinks isn't for me to question. I'll do my best to be more chipper.
I was hired to look into Halcyon Helen's murder. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Oh my. Yes, this is important enough for me to delay my bi-hourly self-flagellation. Ask away.
The Prophet had some kind of feud with Halcyon Helen, right?
Yes, the circumstances there are quite unfortunate. For a time, the Prophet was completely despondent. Even the hot coal walks weren't buoying her spirits as they usually do. However, we recently had a high-profile visitor whose presence seemed to alleviate whatever the Prophet's fears were.
Who was it?
I'm actually not entirely certain. It was a surreptitious visit that stood out because it was surreptitious. Whoever it was must have paid the Prophet quite a lot to keep things quiet. At least that's the only reason I can think of for intentionally keeping things so hush-hush.
Have you noticed any unusual behavior in the retreat lately?
Well, by and large, no. But something rather odd did happen regarding the Prophet recently. A few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, the Prophet asked me to take over sessions for the remainder of the day. At first, I was excited. Thought it was my chance to show her what I could do in charge. But then I saw that she was deeply worried about something. No one saw her until the next day.
Where were you at the time of murder?
I was here, at the retreat in the company of the other disciples and clients. I rarely have more than a few minutes of alone time. Which is fine, of course. I do what I do in the service of the Prophet, who will, I'm sure, reward me for my sacrifice. Eventually.
Eventually.
Certainly. Actually, before you go, I want to report something suspicious.
Oh, by all means.
I noticed the Prophet dragging something, a bundle, away from the retreat after that high-profile guest arrived. Normally, I'm the one who does her laundry, so it was strange. Especially because whatever she was dragging seemed oddly human-shaped.
You sure it was a body?
I think so. Had the right size and shape.
Couldn't you have brought this information forward a little earlier?
I could have, but I generally don't have the time or energy to leave the reserve to contact anyone. Plus, there's always the possibility that I'm mistaken. The Prophet hasn't been herself lately. But if I misinterpreted the situation and reported her improperly, I'd ruin my chances for opening my own wing of the retreat.
Well, we did find the body, did we not? So yeah, that is interesting.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis suggests this to be a variety of herbs. Herbs have been uniformly treated with a pungent chemical mix. Warning: ingesting, smoking, or inserting non-corporation sanctioned substances into your ears may be harmful to your health.
Burning these would generate some pretty toxic smoke.
Side effects from extended exposure include dizziness, nausea, and unconsciousness. Additional likelihood of organ shutdown and/or death.
How would these most likely be used?
Prior analysis suggests these herbs reach peak effectiveness when users burn them and inhale the resulting smoke. Whether or not this increased effectiveness is good for an afflicted individual has yet to be determined.
Can you analyze the chemical these herbs are treated with?
Analyzing. Complete. Substance appears to be a mix of industrial solvents and various essential oils. Substances include woolly cow dander remover, sprat oil, and starship surface wax.
Alright, let's make a note of it and let's move on. Chapter 1. Typhon team. I don't think we read this. Sorry. Halcyon Helen battles a lingering foe in a city bar. Halcyon Helen and Typhon team spoke in quiet tones about their next course of action, their voices soft beneath the din of the bar. The two had just finished the last of the paperwork on Helen's latest job. Feeling precise reports always raised her spirits. The trails led us here, and I suspect it will lead us no farther. Soon we will find the source of the Dissident's monsters, said Helen, a characteristic grin on her face. Let's hope your hunch is correct, Tim murmured, for I suspect their agents will not be far behind us. As if brought on by Tim's supposition, a frightful voice suddenly thundered throughout the room. Near the door loomed a giant and blood-stained man, looking for all his worth like he had fought his way through a Mantiqueen's den. It was Maximilian Mercer, well-feared dissident stooge, and he held two Space's Choice light pistols in his greasy hands. You look peculiar. Okay. Honor's guard headwear. Oh, god damn it, and she's just standing right here. Okay.
Fruitful and productive welcome, brother. I had a feeling you would visit me.
Of course you did.
I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. But I should remember my manners. To what do I owe the pleasure of the Special Inspector's arrival?
I'm looking into the murder of Halcyon Helen. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly, certainly. But first, I'd love to interest you in one of my productivity seminars. We'll free you of those potential hampering humors in a heartbeat.
Nah, I'm good. If I wanted someone peddling sprat oil, I'd buy a spratwurst. Don't waste my time. Let's be polite. Let's be diplomatic. Sorry, Prophet, I don't think I can spare the time. I've got a murder to look into.
Yes, I understand the pressure of one's employment all too well. We've lately been looking into more ways to bolster the retreat stock of bits. But you needn't worry about how this little conversation is affecting my livelihood, brother. Please, take your time. I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, brother. How might I assist?
I'm gonna ask you some questions about Halcyon Helen. Please answer truthfully.
Oh? I'm surprised. I wouldn't think the two of us would have much to discuss about her. We may have had some terse interactions before her death, which I most certainly regret. But beyond those, well, never mind. What would you care to know?
You and Helen didn't get along on here.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. The media tends to exaggerate. I will admit that her remarks about my seminars were rather unfortunate. However, I certainly wouldn't sharpen any sabers over it, if that's what you mean to imply. I only do that when my clients skimp on their bills.
Interesting that according to the terminal, Helen wanted to come. What if she did come? What if she gave money, but the Prophet knocked her out, like out of spite or something, and dragged her out like get the hell out, I don't want to see you anymore. Did you contact Helen after you left the Grand Colonial?
I did not. She had no interest in my seminars, and I had no interest in attempting to convert a stubborn actress. Why would I have had any cause to engage with her further?
I read your terminal. I think real carefully before you lie to me again.
Well, I suppose that does complicate things. Whatever the case, I didn't care to mention Helen's change in decision because she never showed up. I don't see how it matters.
Yeah, I don't really believe that. You've got some interesting herbs in here.
I'm pleased that you noticed. Excellent eye, brother. The compound they're treated with is my own invention, designed to unlock an individual's true productive potential when burned. I can't say any more. Trade secrets, you know.
I really have a disposition to not believe people who refer to me as brother. Like I'm immediately suspicious. It's one of those evolutionary things when people try to make you like we're all big family, right? We're all single tribe. Everybody outside our tribe, like they do not belong to us. They're wrong. Don't trust them. Trust me because we're family. So if this lady addresses me as brother, I'm like, I'm not. Stop it. They seem toxic enough to potentially kill someone.
None of my clients have ever complained, so I'm sure they're perfectly safe. Is there anything else?
Someone said they, yeah, I think there are some similarities between 2 and 4, right? So, and I'm afraid that if I say someone said, she will try to press it or get suspicious about the other lady. So I followed your trail to where you dumped something in the wilderness.
Oh, really? What did you find there? What did I dump?
A body. There was nothing there, but by its proportions, I'd say a body.
That all sounds like hearsay, brother. Perhaps your humors are off balance and confusing your sense of justice. Perhaps you could use a seminar.
You said you had no further interaction with Helen before her death, right?
Yes, that's correct. She made it clear that my seminars were of no interest to her.
I saw the message from Helen on your terminal about attending a session.
Well, I suppose that does
So yeah, it's kind of the same
things.
thing.
Clever work, Inspector. It seems even I can't slide my way out of the trap you've so intricately weaved. I admit it. I killed Helen. By mistake. Helen changed her mind and wanted to attend one of my sessions. I, knowing the importance of the seminar, desired to truly galvanize her, though not to stop her heart. So when it came time, I chose to double Helen's dosage of productivity-enhancing herbs. I left her to meditate, and when I returned, she was dead. After that, I entered a less than coherent state. One of my disciples, it seems, witnessed me as I dragged Helen's body out into the wilderness.
Are you sure she was dead?
I'm no medical professional, but that certainly seemed the case. Usually my customers at least writhe or mumble after a session. My productivity-enhancing herbs typically do induce sluggishness, but I suppose they must have been enough to do her in if her constitution was truly that weak.
Did you shoot the body at any time?
Laws, no. I hate guns. If I ever wanted to kill someone on purpose, I would have used a blunt weapon. Nothing quite like clubbing someone over the head.
Lovely. The wilderness, you didn't dump the body at the Grand Colonial?
Do you jest? The guests at the Colonial eat no shortage of strange things, but I think corpses are perhaps too strange. The creatures of the wilderness are much less picky. Besides, the hotel is ridiculously far. I couldn't have made it all that way without someone realizing I was dragging a corpse.
I don't really think you killed anybody.
What? Is this some kind of joke? You're an inspector. It's your job to arrest me, isn't it?
Well, if you committed murder, yes. The only thing you've done is be completely negligent.
No. You can't trick me. I finally discovered what's happening. You've been paid off. Someone else learned that I killed Helen and is going to use that information to blackmail me. You think I'm going to let this injustice happen? Ha! Tell the constable that I killed Helen. It's 1,000 times less miserable than whatever my enemies have planned.
Yeah, but she's dead. Do we want to put this lady in jail? Is she negligent actually? I mean, she is poisoning people, supposedly, but maybe in smaller doses. In any case, like, I'm here to investigate a murder, right? This lady, like, I mean, some people are shipping contraband, some people are murdering other people, some people are developing slug stuff. Not my job. My job is to find, like, the murderer, right? Right. So, I'm not getting anyone else to falsely imprison you, so nah, I just don't want to deal with her.
You monster! What am I supposed to do now? They'll be here soon. And once they arrive, I'll be powerless. Powerless! I just want to go to prison! Is that so wrong?
Ugh.
Pretty fine. I just wanted to make
Score
you
one for
smile.
Felix.
Well, I've done better. Oh, 5,000. Yeah, we might need my other gun for that.
Right, let's dance.
Now let's try to explore this place, shall we? Geological survey notes. The world is beautiful beyond compare. I can see colors I never imagined existed. The sky has a voice and it's singing to me. I see the truth now. I see everything so clearly, so perfectly. The storms of Eridanos are notes in a great cosmic orchestra. The stars are the choir of the universe, and every word they sing is joy. I can't seem to stop smiling. I don't ever want to stop smiling. Ever. Chief of the Savages severed index finger. The index finger of the Chief of the Savages beaten off by his followers as they finally turned on him, as dissidents always do. Not wanting to permanently injure then celebrity Spencer Woolrich and lacking the resources to create an artificial finger for the scene where it was lost, the director of Terror on Monarch had security remove the index finger of one of Woolrich's understudies. You now hold it in your hand. Amazing. I guess I'm delighted to do that. That certainly sparks joy. Oh boy. Experiment logs database, lab notes, run recovery routine. Yes, all the files are corrupted. 2 files recovered. Access log 1. Research notes 1. I have completed my final round of total immersion, suspension, and exposure tests. As expected, Eridanium gigaseous dissolves in acid, burns in fire, and can be disintegrated or otherwise destroyed with N-rays or concentrated blasts of plasma. The creature is vulnerable when alone. However, bonding with a host evokes intensely protective behavior from that host. Safeguarding the parasite becomes the host's primary objective, even to the point of aggression and violence. The creature also seems well suited to long-term hibernation and immersion in a liquid suspension. Water and low-grade alcohols preserve the creature. Its metabolic systems, such as they are, slow to a halt. Once exposed to a host, the creature emerges from its dormant state and immediately attempts to attach itself to the host's nervous system. Long-term dormancy in an alcohol solution may prove useful to corporate. I'll prepare my report tomorrow. Amir Zhao, team biologist. Access log 2. The parasite seems completely incompatible with the common spread. This is baffling and disappointing. I have a few theories. Spread nucleotides are highly adaptive. Eridanium gigaseous is a half-complete creature. Adaptive mutation in spread physiology render it a poor host to the parasite. Eridanium gigaseous has a particular and discerning sense of taste and finds spreads accordingly distasteful. Option 2 is ridiculous to me, but not, strictly speaking, impossible. Could both be true? I'm delirious. We delete this in the morning. Continuing my search for more suitable hosts among common fauna. Very promising results from Ptera race. Their biological system is well suited to hosting the parasite. My theory? The parasite enjoys exposure to the atmosphere of Eridanus and may be manipulating the Ptera race into more frequent and aggressive flight. In every case, the parasite successfully manipulated production of hormones in the host's brain. I don't know how yet. The implications of a parasite manipulating its host troubles me. Its nervous system is exotic and difficult to understand. I can't quite shake the idea that the parasite does not require contact with its host in order to influence its behavior. A suitably large and complex specimen may be able to manipulate the mood of a sentient creature by proximity alone. Maybe. Possibly. These ideas are unscientific and founded on my own anxieties. My nightmares have been muddying my thoughts. Should seek treatment soon. Supervisor clearance required. Accessing this terminal without this clearance will result in an informal reprimand. Okay. Open last entry. Dr. Zhao, this is to inform you that Rizzo has been notified of your expiration due to one or more of the following causes: violent physical trauma, accidental encounter with local fauna, severe physiological reaction to company and company-adjacent products, destruction of company property. After careful review, Rizzo's Office of Human Resources has approved the dissolution of your indenturement contract. In accordance with Rizzo's company law, your closest living relatives will be rewarded the following: 1 regulation size crate of Rizzo Spectrum Brown to be delivered within 6-8 weeks of product launch. Please note that as a gesture of gratitude for your service, your shipping and delivery fees have been waived. Your work on behalf of the Rizzo's Geological Survey team has proven invaluable in the development and upcoming launch of Rizzo Spectrum Brown. Thank you for being a part of the Rizzo's family. Query: Supervisor clearance. To Ludovica and Zhao. Access usage records. Access, yes. Hack, isolate passcode. Memorize the passcode. So now I should have administrator clearance. Whenever I need one, apparently. That sounds extremely useful. Like, in this area could have been optional. I mean, it is optional because, like, there is no profit here, no anything. So like, good luck stumbling upon all that.
Huh. I would have just broken it.
So, if I am not entirely mistaken, that I need to report to administrator. Yeah, we will first then go to Spencer. Because we have suspicions that he might have poisoned Halcyon Helen. Which of course does not sound very good for him. Yeah, let's try to find the safe approach. And just like that, we are back on this track, which should be relatively safe. And from here, we can take a couple elevators to move back to the Grand Colonial. Of course, I could have used fast travel, as I occasionally do, but I'm not. Are you? Yes, you are.
Quiet.
Yes, you are hostile. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, we can deal with the hostile wildlife, no biggie. Especially Ptera race, I mean. They're not that tough. I've seen tougher. Alright, so the elevator, VIP guest floor, and Mr. Woolrich.
Please, can't you see my heart is bursting at the seams? I absolutely must go out. Ask me any...
Got a few more questions to ask you about that poisoning.
Oh, must I relive that ghastly event again? My
Yes.
intestines still have yet to fully recover. But I suppose we may discuss it further.
Why, thank you, kind sir. Is this not... Okay, what was it you wanted with the Ptera ray bile gland?
What? The damned bellhop promised discretion. Well, if you must know, it's an appetite suppressant. How do you think I keep my form so lithe? Terror ray glands keep me from feeling hunger pangs.
I've never heard of that. You sure you're talking about terror rays? Their bits tend to give folks the runs.
Oh, that's it. I'm firing my nutritionist this instant.
Nice contradiction. Want to add another to the pile, or would you rather just come clean?
I want to add another to the pile. Oh, no. Wait, bah. No use in pretending, is there? As it so happens, I may not have had the terror ray gland acquired for personal use. I may have placed it in Bellamy's meal.
What for?
But before you indict me, please, just listen. I wasn't trying to kill her.
Talk.
I will. Terror ray glands aren't supposed to be lethally poisonous. They're supposed to cause extreme lethargy, as if you'd inhaled several quarts of Spectrum vodka. She would have had to eat 6 or 7 of the glands to die, and even then it would be an extended, arduous process.
Why poison her at all?
I was just getting to that. I only wanted her to be incapacitated during the Brown unveiling. With her out of commission, the next available celebrity, myself, would get to host the unveiling. Please think twice about telling the administrator of my misdeeds. If he learns the truth, what's left of my career will be left in shambles.
I'm telling him the truth about what happened.
What will happen when all of the great actors are gone, Inspector? Who will replace us? No one. That's who.
What
There
about
will
Burbage?
be nothing on the aether waves but serials starring mechanicals. I hope it's worth it.
Well, not like I'm watching this kind of stuff. Oh no, I thought one is like... Yeah... I got used that one is my room, but from the lobby. That's what you get when you try to expedite things.
Do you think it's strange that I...
So hack is a stealth skill, right? Right. I probably do not have anything for the stealth skill though.
Kinda miss Ada?
Just 105 is not that far. Can I... yeah, sure. Can I find in this chest of mine something with stealth skills? +5, that will do. Yeah, +5, but I have a hat. Okay, another plan. I do have something like that. That gives me tech skills, right?
Didn't I require?
Yeah, it does give me sneak +5. Oh, sneak but not stealth.
Must
Okay,
no more
that's
fertilizer shipments be brought on
yeah.
board?
Alright. Modify armor one that I'm wearing. Yeah, maybe I need to first go through the modifications, and surely there is modification that can increase my sneak for the armor. Something like that. It's very rare though. And it only gives me +5. Which is not exactly ideal, you know? That would give me more, and I have 3 of them. Okay. Why is that on separate? Need to check it. That was it. Okay. This one, let's see. So, skill kit. So I have stealth kit, improved, and another stealth kit. This is so weird. This gives you 10, but it's a usual one. So now I have hack at 108, which is very nice. Which also means that I can store you and I can store all of you. And that also means that we can quickly get back and read that message. Recover deleted message. Knows the truth. Please hurry. Don't know how much longer I can keep. From unknown client. Subject not found. That one. Okay. Well, that is somewhat disappointing. I'm using that one, right? I'm pretty much sure. Oh, I put Fedora on. No, I wanted that one. Fedora is nice, but my nice hat is a little bit nicer. What is that collection of things? You know what? Let's pause for a moment, okay? Let's investigate the board and talk with Administrator Ludovica in the next episode. For now, I would like to say thank you for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. If that is the case, then please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel, or otherwise let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.